Good morning, guys. Getting a pretty decent start to the morning. It's already 9:40 and I didn't turn the camera on yet. Literally just came down here from the shower. Got up nice and early, gave Ellis his bottle and sent them on their way. Sat here and got some work done. May have spent a little bit of money. HTC officially announced the HTC 10. It's their flagship for this year and supposedly it has, again, one of the best cameras on the market. Exact same score as the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. It's an 88. It's got a 12 megapixel camera just like the Galaxy S7, but it has optical image stabilization not just on the rear facing, but also on the front facing camera, and it's a 5 megapixel camera, meaning it'll do 1080p video, hopefully. Not gonna do 4K because you require like 8.4 megapixels at the very least to do 4K video. But yeah, first thing this morning I got a message from Hugo on Twitter basically saying, so you getting the 10? Because I think it'd make a great vlogging camera. So I looked at it and I thought about it and it's like, well, it's another flagship. The strange thing is on my channel, flagship videos don't tend to do terribly well. Maybe I've just not been doing it for terribly long and people haven't caught on to that. The majority of the phone related videos that I've done over time have been, here's a budget phone. Here's what you can get for $100 or for $50 or even $200. So going to these slightly more expensive phones like the iPhone SE and the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge, I'm not going to get hundreds of thousands of views out of those, which is kind of terrible because I'm not in the first line of reviewers, and that's okay. It's something I would like to work toward. I would like to be one of those people that gets invited to the events, because like Marquez Brownlee and Techno Buffalo and Droid Life and all of these other larger sites were apparently at some sort of an HTC event this morning or yesterday or sometime. If I had to guess, it was probably several days or maybe even several weeks ago, and today was just the embargo date. So anyway, to make the point that I was trying to make, I went ahead and pre-ordered the HTC 10. I ordered it in the carbon gray, super dark, I like that. And I guess we will see how it works as a daily vlogging camera. You guys know whenever I get a new phone in, more often than not, I do tend to try to do at least one full day using that as the main camera. I don't do that with all the Chinese phones that I get because most of the time the cameras on those are not particularly good, but with the flagships I get, I definitely want to make sure that I at least try that. That way when I do the full review, I've got, hey, look at this vlog, it's an entire day shot with the device to point at, which directs people over to this channel, which is nice. And since this is the 12th day 13 of Veda, because again I do these one day in advance, day 13 is, have you visited another country? Share your favorite memory. If you haven't, where would you like to visit? I've actually visited several different countries. If you've been watching this vlog for a while, you've probably seen me visiting these countries. Some of the very earliest vlogs dealt with my trip to China. I went to Shenzhen. That was not a whole lot of fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Most of the international trips I've taken like that have basically been very, very quick, go to the place, do the stuff, come right back. Now, in terms of work-related trips, I think one of my favorite trips was probably the trip to London, but not the one that I did with XDA, the one that I did for Ubuntu, because it was not quite that way. It was basically you fly in, here's the event, do whatever you like. You've got like a day and a half or 2 days inside of London, go around and have fun. Just play, just party, use the phone. It was great. That was one of my favorite memories. But I think actually my favorite international travel memory, oh no, there's more than that. We've also taken a few family trips. We went to Cancun for our honeymoon. That was definitely an amazing trip. That was one of my favorites of all time. We've been to the Bahamas. That was okay. It was a good trip. It was just, I'm not big on beaches, as I've said. So they're good, fun family trips, but they're not my favorite. I think my favorite was probably my trip to Georgia. Not the state, but the country. The Republic of Georgia in the Caucasus Mountains. I went when I worked for the state of Kentucky. It was just an absolutely gorgeous place. And again, it was a work-related trip, so we were there for like a week. And we were there in meetings the entire time, and then after we would get out of our meetings, they would take us on tours. They would take us to different places in Georgia, to different cities, to different facilities. I haven't mentioned it here before, but I used to work for the Kentucky Public Service Commission. That is the group within Kentucky that helps to regulate the utility companies, that helps to say, you are allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, with regard to electric, water, internet, all sorts of things like that. Not everything is regulated, but anyway, moving on. And so while we were there, we went and toured a bunch of water treatment facilities and power plants, all of these things from like the old Soviet Russia era, and there were these beautiful waterfalls. If I can remember, I've got an album on my Google Plus page of just photos from that trip, because that was right after I got my Canon T2i. So I have some absolutely beautiful photos from that place. And while we were on that trip, we actually got to take a full night and go to Istanbul. So I got to see Istanbul at night, which was wonderful as well. Georgia for the full week was great, but Istanbul was also beautiful. Yeah, that was one of my favorite trips. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up my SSS Veda for today. Let me know about your international travels and past. I know a lot of you guys are international, so that's awesome. I've been going on for too long though, because it's about time to start my morning meeting. Now what really stinks is that before we went on a trip, I was 4 videos ahead, 5 videos ahead at one point, and I let myself fall behind again. I'm not behind. I've got a video going up at 10 a.m., but I don't have anything else scheduled. So today, I'm going to try to get a lot of stuff done for my work stuff. As I mentioned yesterday, I spent an hour in a meeting right at the end of the day with a coworker. He gave me a task to do that I'm going to try to get done today. And then if I have some time, I'm going to try to film as many videos as possible. Of course, I'm going to try to get that sponsored video done because I want to go ahead and get it out there, unlisted, of course, so that I can send it over to the company and make sure everything looks okay. But having talked to the company, this sounds just amazing. The company sounds so super laid back and flexible, and I love that when I'm doing a sponsored post. And the good thing is, doing a few of these sponsored videos is going to make it significantly easier to afford some of these higher end devices that I'm going to be reviewing. So hopefully it sort of snowballs. Doing these sponsored posts that do decently well on the channel, help to pay for these more expensive devices that again will hopefully do well on the channel in the long term, and those videos will help to pay for future, so on and so forth. It's a snowball effect, and hopefully it works out according to plan. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not really hurting. Anyway, meeting time. Well, I have been nice and productive since we last spoke. I think I had 6 things I had to do for the day job, 6 specific servers that I had to get set up with load balancing and everything, and it's done. It's like 1:20 in the afternoon, and that's all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and send some info over to the guy that I work with about it and let him know, hey, done. Check these whenever you get a chance, just to make sure I did everything okay. The first one I did, I sent over to him, and there was one little thing that I'd forgotten to do. I made sure to fix that, and then I fixed it on all the ones that I had done.
I didn't get that.
Cortana is screwy. But I fixed that, and then I fixed it on all the ones that I was doing after that. So those are all done. Time to move on to the next thing. And I'm also gonna go ahead and try to work on some video stuff too. Might as well. All right, it's even later. It's already 2:20 in the PM. I think the last clip I filmed was about an hour ago, so we're good. Took a little bit of time, made a big old mess. Had a lot of fun doing it though. This was the quarterly subscription box thing that I mentioned. Honestly, the most fun out of it well, the only thing I've been able to do so far is use this makey, and that was just a lot of fun. You'll have to watch the video. It's gonna be great. When the video is out, I'll make sure to let you know. The rest of it, it's stuff that's gonna take a little bit longer to do, but I'm definitely gonna be doing it. I mean, when I do these sponsored videos, I'm not just doing them to make money. I'm doing them because they're things I'm genuinely interested in. And a lot of times they're just things that I may not have wanted to pay for out of my own pocket just because there are other priorities. But doing these things, 1, allows me to get my hands on these kinds of products without having to pay for them, and 2, allows me to get my hands on these products and get paid to talk about them, which is amazing. Moving in a slightly different direction, there's a company called Anchor, not a paid sponsored thing, just gonna go ahead and point it out there. They're trying to generate interest in their new Powerhouse product. It's basically like an external generator UPS thing, but not a traditional one. Normally a UPS like that, you have a bunch of AC ports, and then when the power goes out, a bunch of them are battery backup, and that's it. With this one, it's got a built-in USB battery backup, so it's got like 4 or 5 ports. It has 1 AC port, it has a DC port, like you'd use a 12-volt port for your car, and then the input, and that's about it. And it's supposed to last for about, I think it's at up to 30 hours, depending on how much you're using it. If you had like a laptop plugged into it or something, it's not gonna last terribly long, but a couple of phones, or maybe your modem and router, it could probably last for a little while. The reason I mention this is they have a referral program, meaning if you head over to their site and you sign up using this link, which I will make sure to provide down in the description, if you sign up for it, you'll get more information when there's more info to learn about it. And then if you share it and people that you know sign up for it using your link, after 5 people sign up, you get a wall charger. If 10 people sign up, you get a battery. If 30 people sign up, you get a bigger battery. And if 100 people sign up, you get the Powerhouse. So far, I've had 7 people sign up, and I shared it out this morning. I may share it out again sometime later this afternoon or evening, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But it's going to be going over the next 7 days. So again, if you're interested, I will have a link down below to where you can sign up for it. So far, like I said, I've had 7 people sign up, so when they close this out, I should be receiving a 2-port wall charger. But if more than 7 people sign up, obviously it won't be that. It'll be the next thing in line, either a battery, a bigger battery, or maybe the Powerhouse. I don't foresee 100 people signing up, but I thought I'd throw it out there. Because it's free, it doesn't cost anything, but I've got to get back to work now. Small person's retrieved, time to head home. And everybody is home, and it is super tasty burger time. Nom, nom, nom.
Too thick.
Too thick is what she says. Look at that thing. Doubles may not have been a great idea. You want some of it? He's sitting there going, num, num, num. I got an adorable picture earlier. He decided he wanted to put this foot up here and just figured out how to do it and said, I'm just gonna do this now. Are you about to do it with the other leg now? Thinking about it. He keeps saying, and I keep not having the camera on. Well, it's about 7 p.m. and as you might be able to tell, I'm on the road. I'm headed out to the store. Christina did the Kroger click list thing last night, which meant that after work she went out and picked up groceries. But unfortunately, they messed up. She asked for 3 things of chicken, they gave her 1, and there's just a half dozen other things that I forgot to tell her to put on her list, so I need to go pick them up. In some amazingly awesome and super fast news, I got the video done for the quarterly video, for the Maker Box video, and because I got it done, I went ahead and uploaded it and submitted it. I think when I set the whole sponsorship up, I told them it was going to be like the beginning of May before I could do it, and it's now the middle of April, and I've already done it. So I was really surprised that they even got back to me, but within, I don't know, maybe 30, 45 minutes, I got an email back from them saying, that looks wonderful, very well done, we're glad that you're happy with it, approval done. So that video is actually going to go public tonight. The bad thing is I don't think I have any other videos done, so I don't have anything scheduled for tomorrow, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just let this one sit for a day or more. On to the store. $32 later. I picked up some fresh ground coffee beans, meaning I got the beans in the store, ground them coarse ground in the store. I honestly know next to nothing about actual coffee, but I was reading earlier about cold brew coffee and it really got me intrigued. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not. So it's something I'm gonna give a shot. Basically what you do is you take the coffee grounds, you stick them in water, cold water or room temperature water, and you just let them sit there and soak for like 12 to 36 hours, maybe more, maybe less, depending on your taste. Some people as little as 4 hours, and apparently cold brewing coffee makes it much, much better and more palatable. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and Christina wants to give it a shot too. And I found over on Amazon, there's this little carafe you can get where you can actually do the cold brewing inside of it in your fridge or on your counter, and it was like $11. I said, sure, let's do that. I also picked up some sushi because lunch and just various and sundry other things. I've gotta get back home because I have to help Christina out with her phone. She's decided it's time to upgrade, even though she's on the Droid Turbo, which is not a bad phone. He's so tired. Trying to put himself to sleep. He's got his little burp cloth and he's just rubbing it and putting it on his face. So cute. He's in his little car seat because I was helping Duncan get through the shower and read a book and get to bed and everything while Christina went out and ran. I point because she's there. I've got to go out and run myself here in just a minute.
And I'm not holding him because I'm stinky and sweaty.
More so than usual. By the way, I think I forgot to mention it earlier. She has decided it's time to upgrade, and so she's going to be moving to the LG G4 from the Droid Turbo. So now it's time to move stuff over. Luckily though, because of a previous sponsored video I did, I actually have an LG glass screen protector, well, a screen protector for the LG G4 left over, such that she can put that on there just in case, just to keep it safe. I've also got different cases and backs and everything, but I think she said she's going to be keeping the leather back on it, right? Leather back's not too bad. Yeah, it's a little orange one. Not bad. Though I don't think most of the ones I deal with do pink cases. Gotta have that pink case.
Sparkly and pink would be better, but you know, pink will do.
And actually, I forgot to mention the reasoning for moving to this new phone. It's not just that she needs a new phone. One, it's nice to be moving to a phone that has Marshmallow on it, because this does. And two, much more importantly, she's expressed an interest in occasionally upgrading her tech. And we do upgrade her tech occasionally, but not maybe as often as she would like.
So that when the G5 comes out, I can maybe do a review of it and give a girl's opinion.
What she was trying to say there, and I'm not interrupting here, I'm just taking over because she got lost. The G5 is already out, but once the G5 shows up here, because I pre-ordered from a different company and it's coming with a bunch of stuff, we're going to take it, I'm going to do the unboxing and everything, put it in her hands for a little while and let her give it a fair shake and see how she likes it from a female's perspective. Smaller hands and different day-to-day usage of it. My usage is going to be significantly different from hers, so we could technically do 2 different reviews of it on the same channel, or put one review from 2 perspectives at the same time. 2 reviews means more video views, which one way or the other, this is something that we could occasionally do. Allow her to do a product video, to try out a product for a few weeks, give her thoughts and opinions on it, get her a little bit of exposure to the world. I know several of you guys like watching videos with her in them, so we thought, why not give her a shot doing tech videos, even though I'm going to end up doing all the editing. 'Cause lazy.
No, not lazy, 'cause mommy.
She has stuff to say to the vlog.
Today is Ginger's birthday. She is 12. I know a lot of people comment about her.
She's a dog.
She's a dog, and she has no teeth.
Well, she has a couple of teeth.
Okay, she has like 4 teeth. But she's 12 today. Happy birthday, Ginger. That's why her tongue sticks out all the time.
Yep.
Because she's missing
nothing to hold it in.
missing most of her teeth in the front.
Dang boy. Aw. Snuggling and cuddling. I had a moment of smartness. I went ahead and did the unboxing of these Totu Bluetooth Sport earbuds, so I'm going to take these and go for a run. Run complete. I only did 2.5 miles. Just didn't have the time. Christina's got to get to bed. And I'm back, and I'm showered, and I'm exhausted. And I have Little booger, laying beside me, just zonked out entirely. Not sure if I'm going to get anything else accomplished tonight, but at least I did get the earphones video done as I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it as an unboxing, and here's my thoughts after running with it. Beyond that, the only things I could test would be the microphone, which I did test, and they actually were pretty decent. Just my dad called, and I ended up talking to him on the phone, and he was able to understand me, so that's good. And the battery life, which I never really go into because I don't have a good way of accurately measuring them other than just turning them on and letting them play for hours and hours, and no, I'm just not going to do that. So hopefully that video will go up sometime tomorrow night. Like I said before, the video about the quarterly unboxing box thing is up now, so make sure to check that out if you have not already. It's over on the main channel, and I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for me for today because I'm just wiped. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day listening to me blather on and spending time with my adorable family. I suppose let me know if any of you guys would be interested in seeing Christina do tech reviews on the main channel. If you think that it's out of place, if you think that it would be a good fit. Personally, I think it would be a good fit. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month for her to do some sort of a review or something to give a fresh perspective. And it would give her the opportunity to get hands on a lot more new tech. So I think it's a great idea. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll see you tomorrow.